People decide how much respect to give you before you even say a word. And spoiler alert, most of us are walking around broadcasting doormat energy. But what if your body could demand respect without you ever opening your mouth? Let's rewrite your physical software. Let us start with something that feels counterintuitive. Doing nothing can be the most powerful thing you do. In a world where everyone is constantly twitching, tapping, and checking their phones like their nervous systems are being hijacked by caffeine and chaos, stillness hits different. Stillness signals control. Stillness signals power. Imagine a lion on the savannah. It does not pace nervously. It waits. It observes. It perches like it owns the entire ecosystem, because it does. Now flip that image. Think of a squirrel on energy drinks, constantly darting around, over-alert and anxious. Which one looks like the boss? Psychological research backs this up. A study published in the Journal of Nonverbal Behavior found that individuals who move less during social interactions are consistently rated as more dominant and authoritative. Why? Because stillness subconsciously communicates that you are not threatened and you are not trying to impress. You are in control, and control demands respect. Most people walk through life trying to occupy as little space as possible, like they are apologizing for existing. Hunched shoulders, crossed arms, legs glued together. This is the body language of someone broadcasting. Please ignore me. But if you want respect, your body has to tell a different story. You do not need to do jumping jacks in the room, but you do need to expand. Uncross your arms, plant your feet shoulder-width apart, and claim the space around you like you paid the mortgage on it. Think of your body as real estate. Are you renting a corner, or do you own the whole block? Landlords do not cower in the hallway. They walk like they belong there. Use expansive gestures, open posture, and fluid motion that says, "This space is mine, and I am not asking permission to be here." Eye contact is one of the most underrated weapons in your psychological arsenal. But like any weapon, use it wrong and you will scare people. Or worse, make them think you are unhinged. Holding eye contact too long turns you into a serial killer. Avoiding it entirely makes you look like prey. The sweet spot? 3 to 5 seconds. Lock eyes, deliver your point, and then look away slowly, not like you got spooked. Like you are choosing to disengage because your attention is valuable. Eye contact is a biochemical flex. It literally triggers oxytocin, the bonding hormone, making people feel connected, but also cautious. That tension, when used correctly, creates presence. When you look someone in the eyes with confidence and calm, you are not just seen, you are respected. If your body language had a soundtrack, frantic movements would play like a squirrel trapped in a blender. Fast, jerky gestures scream desperation, like you are rushing to earn approval that nobody asked you to seek. Slow, controlled movements, on the other hand, signal calm authority. They tell the room, "I am not in a hurry, because I already own the moment." Imagine a chief executive officer walking into a boardroom. They are not flailing their arms or speed-walking to a chair like they are late for a train. Every step is deliberate, every gesture intentional. Contrast that with the intern who is 5 minutes late and sweating through their shirt. Who gets respected more? Movement is not just motion, it is messaging. By slowing down, you signal that you are grounded, focused, and unbothered. You move like you are not trying to impress anyone, because the truth is, the people who get respect are the ones who are not chasing it. If your eyes are the windows to your soul, your feet are the tattletales of your intentions. People might fake a smile or nod politely, but their feet? They rarely lie. Where your feet point reveals where your mind is. Literally, pointed feet show attention and intention. When your feet are directed towards someone, it tells them, "You have my focus." That subtle cue creates a sense of presence, which is a major trigger for respect. On the flip side, if your feet are angled away or constantly shifting, you look like you are mentally checking out or ready to flee. And here is the bonus tip most people overlook. Never backpedal during a disagreement. Even a slight step back signals retreat on a subconscious level. Unless you are dodging a punch, keep your ground. Your posture in conflict can silently scream either strength or surrender. Choose strength. Your chin is a surprisingly loud communicator. Tilt it too low, and you look timid, uncertain, even submissive, like a character waiting for permission to speak. Tilt it too high, and suddenly you are the villain in a 90s cartoon, arrogant, smug, and one eyebrow raise away from a monologue about world domination. What you want is the sweet middle ground, just enough elevation to elongate your neck and project confidence without crossing the line into cockiness. This subtle adjustment literally changes how people perceive your status in the social hierarchy. Here is a fun fact to flex at parties. This posture, the slight upward tilt of the chin, is observed across the mammal kingdom. It is the universal alpha tilt. Lions do it, gorillas do it, even house cats do it when they are feeling spicy. And now, so will you. People like people who are like them. It is one of the weird, wonderful glitches in the social matrix. But here is the catch. Mirroring has to be subtle, or it goes from charming to creepy faster than you can say restraining order. In psychological terms, mirroring is called the chameleon effect. It refers to the subconscious tendency to mimic the gestures, speech patterns, and body language of people we are interacting with. A landmark study from New York University found that participants who were subtly mirrored by their conversation partner rated them as more likable and more authoritative. But, and this is a big but, this is social jujitsu, not full-blown mimicry. You are not a mime. You are not here to recreate someone's entire personality. A gentle lean when they lean, a similar pace of speech, a matching tone. These are psychological glue. You are reflecting familiarity, not forging a doppelganger. Get too obvious, and it just gets weird. The goal is not to copy. They should not even notice. They should just feel like you get them. Your voice is not just sound, it is status. A shaky, high-pitched, rapid-fire voice tells the world you are not confident in what you are saying. A calm, slow, grounded voice, that is verbal dominance. But here is what most people miss. Your posture directly affects your vocal tone. Sit or stand upright, and your voice gains depth, richness, and resonance. Slouch, and you sound like a human doormat. Physics and physiology are teaming up on this one. Posture is not just about how you look. It literally changes how you sound. And then there is silence. Delicious, strategic silence. Most people fear it and rush to fill it with nervous chatter. But used well, silence is a power move. It is the verbal equivalent of a mic drop. It adds weight to what came before and makes people lean in for what comes next. Think of silence as punctuation in speech. Without it, you are just a run-on sentence of insecurity. If you want people to trust you, or more importantly, respect you, do not hide your hands. The human brain is hardwired to pay attention to hands. Evolution taught us to scan for danger. A hidden hand might be holding a weapon. In modern times, it just makes you look sketchy. Hands in pockets? Submissive. Hands under the table? Secretive. Hands flailing wildly like a wacky inflatable tube man? Chaotic. The sweet spot. Hands visible, calm, and purposeful. When you are making a strong point, palms down communicates authority. It is nonverbal shorthand for, I know what I am talking about. Palms up? That is great for connection, for empathy. But when you want to lead the room, press those invisible buttons in the air with palms down. And remember, your hands are the most honest part of your body. Do not muzzle them. Let them speak. Here is a hard truth. Constantly scanning faces for approval makes you look insecure, even if you are saying all the right things. That moment where your eyes dart around to check if people are nodding or laughing, that is the moment you lose the room. Respect is not given to those who need reassurance. It is given to those who act like they do not. When you stop chasing reactions, something fascinating happens. People lean in more. They stop analyzing you and start absorbing what you are saying. It is psychological gravity. The less you beg for it, the more you attract it. So deliver your point, hold your frame, and do not flinch when the silence hits. People respect those who do not seem to need respect. That is the paradox and the power. Your body is a billboard, and now it's saying, respect required. These aren't just hacks. They're your evolutionary inheritance. Use them wisely, and people will treat you like someone worth listening to before you even say a word. As always, If you found this video informative, you can subscribe to our channel. This will give us even more motivation to create similar quality content.